Good morning. Heredity again. I am Arna Devi. So today, what is the first question is what is heredity? Heredity refers to the transmission of characters or traits from the parent to the offspring. The inheritance of characters from the parents to the offspring is called as heredity. Then second question, name the plant on which Mendel performed his experiments. That is nothing but the garden pea plant. It is also called as Pisum sativum. Pisum sativum is the botanical name for the garden pea. Then third question, define variation. Variation refers to the differences in the characters or traits about the individuals of a species. So if we take you and me, there is differences between us, right, in the characters like the shape of the nose or the color of the eyeball, like that. So that is called as the variation. So what is variation? Variation refers to the differences in the characters or traits about the individuals of a species. Then fourth question, define a gene. Gene is a small segment of DNA on a chromosome occupying specific position in which is a hereditary determinant or unit of a biological function. So gene means gene. It is a small segment of DNA. It carries the characters which we are inherited from our parents. So gene is a small segment of DNA or a chromosome occupying specific position in which a hereditary determinant or unit of a biological function. So fifth question, define phenotype. It is observable physical characteristic of an individual. So phenotype means Mendel took tall plant, dwarf plant. So those are all the physical appearance, that is called as the phenotype. It is observable characteristics of an individual, that is physical appearance of an individual. For example, tallness and dwarfness. Phenotype of capital T is tall. That means it is dominant. Phenotype of capital T, small t is also tall. It is heterozygous tall or hybrid tall. Phenotype of small t, that is short. Here it is recessive. The dwarfness is the recessive character. Then sixth question, define genotype. It is a gene complement of an individual with respect to one or more characters. So the genetic makeup of an individual is called as the genotype. So define genotype. It is a gene complement of an individual with respect to one or more characters. Genotype of a tall plant can be capital T, whether it can be a homozygous or a heterozygous, because here tallness is a dominant character. So it may be homozygous or heterozygous. Genotype of a short plant will be homozygous, always homozygous. In the recessive trait will express only in the homozygous condition. So short plant will be small t, it will be homozygous. So genotype of a tall plant, it may be homozygous or heterozygous. Then seventh question, define homozygous. Individual having identical alleles. These two are called as the alleles. So individual is having identical alleles. Two identical alleles is called as the homozygous. Right? Capital T as well as the small t. So this capital T is homozygous dominant. Small t is homozygous recessive. Then eighth question, define heterozygous. Individual having both the contracting alleles, both the dominant allele as well as the recessive allele. So both two different alleles, it is called as heterozygous. So this is example capital T and small t. So this is heterozygous. Then define alleles. A pair of genes that control the two alternative expressions of the same character and has the same loci. Same loci means same position in the homologous chromosomes are originally called alleles. So what is the allele? A pair of genes. A pair of genes means one from the paternal and one from the maternal. So a pair of genes that control the two alternative expressions of the same character, that is responsible for the same character, one from the paternal and one from the maternal, and has the same loci and has the same position in the homologous chromosomes are called as alleles. Then 10th question, define dominant allele. An allele which expresses itself in the presence of its alternate allele. For example, if you take heterozygous tallness character, that is capital T and small t, the allele which expresses tallness, the character which expressed is tallness, and it suppresses the recessive character, the dwarfness character. So an allele which expresses itself even in the presence of its alternate allele will be there, but the dominant allele will suppress the recessive allele. So that is called as the dominant allele. 11th question, define recessive allele. An allele which expresses itself only when present in homozygous condition. Recessive alleles will express only in the presence of a homozygous condition. When it is homozygous, then only the recessive character will express, or if it is in the heterozygous condition, the dominant character will express. Then 12th question, the cross involving two traits of a single character is called monohybrid cross. So, if a single character is concerned, it is called as monohybrid cross. The cross involving two traits of a single character is called monohybrid cross. The cross involving traits of two characters is known as dihybrid cross. If we are concerning about two characters, that is called as dihybrid cross. Thank you.